So let's define what is queuing theory. What is your idea about queue? What is your idea about queue? Do you have any idea what a queue is and where
Sir,
do we find queue? Yes.
sir, queue is to means one by one waiting state means
Okay.
uh, suppose 10 students are there.
Okay.
So if 10 of the 10 students are uh, going to take something, so they stand in a line
Okay.
or they wait for the queue means it is forming a queue. So one by one they are
Okay.
waiting. So number one, then number two, then number three, then number four, till up to
L-
number
l-
10.
like to join this class, I need to admit one by one. So first somebody
Yes,
clicked, then I said admit, then second person. Okay, so others are
second person.
waiting. Others are waiting.
Yes,
Yes, actually,
others are in the waiting stage.
right, right. So where we find the queue? We find the queue in the banks, in railway counter, in ticket counters. So
Railway counter.
everywhere there are. Uh, so queue actually is a waiting line. Queue, mind that queue is not a line, but queue is a waiting line. Somebody joined or what? Somebody. Okay, Amit Chakur. Yes, Amit. So queue is a waiting line. Queue is a waiting. আমার হাতের লেখাটা হয়তো খুব একটা it's not very good, but I hope you understand. WAITING. Mind that it's not a line, but a waiting line. So a customers, why the queue is formed? Why a queue is formed? Why do you think that a queue is formed? Somebody else can say, uh, please. Somebody else.
So the work can done sequentially.
To do the work sequentially. It could be a part. Yes, it could be a part. Actually, what happens?
Because
To
one process is going on,
yes.
another process should be in an initial stage or uh, in a starting stage, something like that. So,
Okay. Okay. So actually, what happens in case of queue? Too many customers, as you are saying, too many processes are looking for the your CPU, isn't it? So that's why. But at the same point of time, all the processes cannot access the CPU. Similarly, in our part, in our jargon, or in railway counter, or in somewhere, so at the same point of time, too many customers are coming to get the service, but not everybody can get the service at the same point of time. So the others have to wait. Only depending upon how many. Say if you go in a bank, say nowadays everywhere in because of COVID-19, what happens? Everywhere you go, you have to stand in a queue. Whether you go to a shop, whether you go to bank, so there is a 6 feet distance or 3 feet distance has to be maintained. But you are waiting for your turn to come. So everywhere now you go is now in today's life, the waiting line is very very important, because everywhere we have to go, and we have to wait for our turn. Now there is a theory associated with this, and that is what is called queuing theory. So queue is a waiting line. Why the queue is formed? Queue is formed because a lot of people, a lot of customers are coming to get the service at the same point of time, but not everybody can get the service at the same point of time. If you go to a bank also, so there are, although there are 3 4 counters, and the window, there are 3 4 counters where single window counters are there, but still you have to wait for, because there are too many persons are there to get the service. uh, so queue is a waiting line. As I've said, that there are too many customers, too many processes. If you are thinking about your point of view or your computer science background, that too many processes are asking for the CPU to be processed, but not everybody or not every process can get the CPU at the same point of time. So it has to wait. And you somebody said about sequence, I think somebody said. So
Yes, sir.
how the sequence is maintained, something you have studied. Now, mind that we are not considering the sequence over here, because there is priority, and priority sequence could be there. Then there is something called shortest job first, SJF. You people have studied all those. So we are not considering that part. Here we will discuss different types of queues, but later stages. Let's define the queue part. Uh, so now let's try to explain the queue system first. What mind that the person who is getting the service is not in the queue. Queue starts from the person who, queue, again I'm saying queue is the waiting line. So queue starts after that. Now suppose, say when you go to a sorry when you go to a say ticket counter, say maybe there are three counters, and say I'm trying to explain the queue system. So customers are coming from now I'll try to explain the queue system in a because understanding the system is important, and then we'll explain the different characteristics of queue, and then we will write down certain formulae related to queue, and then we'll try to solve some problem. So as say think about a bank. So so this is the enclosure of the bank. So people are coming in, and after people comes in, say some of them are joining here, some of them are joining here, some of them are, so there are three counters. So people are joining in. Now now think about real life situation. I'm talking about the real life situation. Now think about the railway reservation counter. What happens? So what happens when the counter opens at 8 o'clock? Because railway reservation, I'm talking about railway reservation counter. So what happens then? Somebody please say what happens then. Hello.
Sir, when the counter opens, the passenger stands in a queue. So
No,
they wait.
the passenger will stand in a queue, but I'm trying to say something different. Something different happens. Say think about a passport counter. Uh, think about a reservation counter. There is a difference between the general, or think about the counter, or during the Durga Puja, whenever there is a when the gate gets opened. So what happens?
So the application will process one by one.
No, no, that's okay. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. What I just wanted to know is at the beginning when the counter, see there is a difference when the counter opens at 8 o'clock, and there is a and at say 10 or 12 o'clock. So what is that difference? I just wanted to know. Yes, I'll just try to say what I'm trying to say is that because there is a reservation counter, and the seats are limited, so when that counter opens, there is a rush. People
Yes, sir.
comes.
Mass crowded of people.
Yes, there is
Mass
a
crowded
rush.
of people.
There is a rush.
Rush.
People comes and tries to uh, go in front as front as possible, because it will be those who comes first will be served first. Uh, that is how it has been, the queue is processed. But as the time goes by, because there is already a queue, then whoever comes after that, the people are reluctant to join. So what I'm saying is, at the beginning, when the gate is opened, there is a rush, and people comes in and stands in the queue. A lot of people come in, and as the time goes by, after some point of time, the people are coming in and going out becomes a little less frequent. People uh, means the number of people coming in becomes quite a smaller, and also the so as the time goes by, the system will become a little more stable. I'll come to that. Now Now there are several things that may happen. Just listen to me what I'm trying to say, and try to find out whether I'm saying it correct or not, or if you have any comment, please comment. So what happens? What happens? Say already there are these three queues, as I have explained. Already there are three queues. So what happens? One person comes and sees that there is already a big queue, and he does not get into the system and leaves from there. So he goes away. So I have put an arrow and he doesn't enter the system. Okay. So one person comes and sees there is already a big queue, so he do not have that amount of time to purchase the ticket, and he, without entering the queue, he leaves away. Does it happen sometimes? Hello? Does it happen sometimes? Please respond.
Yes, sir.
So that person will be said has balked the
Yes,
system.
sir.
BALKED. If a person doesn't enter the system and leaves without entering the system, that person will be said as balked the system. BALKED. Please have your pen and paper ready with you. So I'll be saying certain terminologies, and please write down the definitions that I'll be, because these terminologies are important to understand the system. Okay, so if person doesn't enter the system and leaves the system without entering, that person is said to be balked the system. Okay. Then what happens? That could be, there could be another process. That could be another. So there is already some queue are there. Uh, then what happens? One person comes, say enters in this particular, joins this particular queue. Okay, and the queue is going a little bit slow, and after some mind that everybody that whoever comes, although I have drawn it somewhere here, he joins at the end of the queue, cannot join at the middle of the queue. He joins at the end of the queue. So obviously, because we are talking about FIFO, will come to that, fast in fast out system. So if somebody comes and tries to join in the middle, others will say, oh, why are you joining there, go back, isn't it? So joins at the back of the system, and back of a particular queue, and the queue is moving a little slow, and after some point of time he gets frustrated. Is it possible? He gets frustrated, and after some point of time he leaves. This is also possible. This is also possible. Mind that
Yes.
person comes and joins the queue, and after some point of time gets frustrated and leaves the queue. After some point of time gets frustrated and leaves the queue. So so that person will be said, sorry sorry, that person will be said to have reneged the system. RENEGED. So that person has reneged the system. Mind that difference. Previous one was balked the system. He did not enter into the system. The person who has balked the system, he did not enter the system. This person has entered the system, and then he has left after some spending some time in the system and left the system. This person will be said has reneged the system. Okay, is it okay? Follow? Then think about another person. See, these are the real life thing, that the real life situation that we are talking about, because as I've said in the last class, that operational research is all about real life, and our idea is to depict the how mathematically we can depict the real life in the mathematical terms, and try to find out the best out of it, best possible out of outcome from there. So that's what we are trying to do. So what happens? Another person comes in and joins this queue, and after some point of time he thinks that the middle queue is moving faster. middle queue is moving faster. So then what he does, he leaves this queue and joins there. This also happens when you feel that the other queue is moving faster, this queue is not moving faster. So you have you seen that cute little video? It was going around in the WhatsApp for the maybe last 1 2 years back. There were some pigs waiting in the queue, trying to enter, and then one is moving here and there like that. So there was some WhatsApp video was moving around. So I'm talking about that. A person comes in and joins in a queue, and after some point of time, he thinks that the other queue is moving faster, so he goes to that queue. And again, after some point of time, again he thinks, okay, no, the back queue, previous queue was better, so he again comes back. So if that also happens, does this happen? Does this happen? So I think
Yes.
yes. So in that case, that person who is moving from this queue to that queue time and again, so that person will be termed as a jockey. Jockey. That person will be termed as a jockey.
Jockey.
So yes. So jockey like jockey who rides the horse, so he moves this way and moves this lane to that lane, so that's how what happens for the jockey. So similarly, so all these are different situations that happens during the inside the system. Mind that I have put an enclosure, so that system means whoever is entering there and whoever is using uh, the process. And so let's write down certain characteristics how we understand a queue. A queue system is actually we a queue system is actually characterized by five characteristics. So generally a queue system is explained uh, explained sorry, A oblique B oblique C colon D oblique E. So a queue system has five characteristics: A, B, C, D, E. I'll explain. I'll just give a pause. 2 minutes. As I was saying, a queue system has five characteristics: A oblique B
Okay.
oblique C oblique colon D and E. So let's explain what are those five characteristics. So first one is A. A is called the input process. Input process. So that means
Okay.
how the customers, because I will be saying in terms of customers. So whoever is wanting the service is a customer. So how the customers are coming into the system, how the customers are coming into the system to get the service is called the input process. I think the kind of things that I was just trying to explain are all the part of input process, because uh, the whether a person has reneged, whether a person has balked, all are because they are trying to get into the system. So all of them are part of the input process. So mind that the input process is the process that how the people are joining into the queue. Now it can be explained in two different ways. It can be explained in two different ways. One is with respect to the discrete variable. See, I think you have studied a little bit of probability distribution. Some probability distributions are required over here. We'll be using
Yes,
the
sir.
yes. So I think can you remember the probability distribution discrete? What are the discrete probability distributions that you have studied? Can somebody say? Uh, can you remember the name of binomial distribution and Poisson distribution? I think some of you are Amit is a BTech student, so in electrical, the lot of Poisson distribution was there. As far as or electrical or electronics, yes, you said electrical. So a lot of Poisson distribution. I think Ankush also is a BTech student. So in BTech, you have studied Poisson distribution. In mathematics, actually, in fact, in BBA, BCA, BBA course also you have studied Poisson distribution. So Poisson distribution has a lot of things to say in this particular lecture in queuing theory. So input process, if it's a discrete distribution, means the number of persons coming in per unit time follows a discrete, follows Poisson distribution. If I say per hour 10 persons coming in, or per hour 30 persons, 30 per hour. So if I am saying that this is a number, this is a distinct number. So if I am saying per hour at an average 30 persons coming in, that does not necessarily mean every 2 minutes one person is coming. Mind that it could be in the beginning there are 15%, and throughout the hour there are total, actually not in a single hour, but if the system is running for say 6 hours, I can say there are total 180%, 186 into 30. So total 180% came in. So in that case, I'll take an average. So how can I say average? So I'll say 30 persons came in per hour. So, so whenever I am trying to explain the input process in terms of distinct variables, distinct numbers, then that will be termed as a discrete. And I said the two way it can be explained. One is the distinct using the number of persons, or the other way around is telling about the inter-arrival time. Mind that inter-arrival time, I'll explain that particular term a little bit later. Inter-arrival time. Inter-arrival time means time gap between two arrivals. Time gap between two arrivals. It could be 1 minute, it could be 5 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, it could be 5 seconds, it could be anything. So whenever we are talking about time gap, time is a continuous. 5 minutes means 0 to 5. Nobody came within that 5 minutes. So it's a continuous time interval. So whenever we are talking about interval of time, then it becomes a continuous variable. And so as I was saying, the input process can be explained in two different ways. Either in terms of number of persons coming in, that's a discrete variable, and that follows a Poisson distribution. And whenever we are saying the same thing, if we are saying in terms of inter-arrival time, that say 5 minutes or whatever exactly, but that's a continuous variable, and that will be termed as an exponential distribution. So sometimes we write, I'll just give an example. Say instead of A, B oblique C, D oblique E, these are the characteristics. We will write
Okay.
with an example. We write this M oblique 1 colon infinity oblique FIFO. This is an example of a particular Q. This is an example of a particular Q distribution, a particular Q with some special characteristics, some uh, exact characteristics. So here M represents the input process
Input process.
follows Poisson distribution. So if I am saying this M represents the input process follows a Poisson distribution, that means the number of persons coming in per unit time has a fixed, an average has a fixed value, and it follows a Poisson distribution. Or in other way, in other term, if I say, or inter-arrival time, the input process, in case of the input process, the inter-arrival time follows a continuous distribution or an exponential distribution. So M represents both Poisson distribution as well as exponential distribution, depending upon how I am explaining the thing. If I am explaining in terms of discrete distribution, discrete variable, say I am saying numbers like 5, 10, 20, then 5 persons per hour or 5 persons per minute, like that, then it will be a discrete variable and it will be following a Poisson distribution. Now, instead of that, if I am saying instead of that, if I am saying is the inter arrival time is 2 minutes. Instead of saying I am saying inter-arrival time is 2 minutes. That means that follows the input process follows an exponential distribution with time gap. Average time gap is 2 minutes, which can same thing is saying as the number of arrivals per hour is 30. Inter-arrival time is 2 minutes, means in an hour how many persons came? 30 persons. So both can be interchangeable. Both can be interchanged. So that's what the first. Is it okay now? So first one is the input process. So how the persons are getting into the system. Okay. So that's
Yeah.
the first characteristics. The second characteristics is B. The second characteristics is B. So B is actually the output process.
Output process.
Output process.
Yes.
So output process means how the customers are going out of the system. How the customers are. So one thing is going in because they are coming in to get some service. And going out means after getting the service. Obviously, the persons after the person has completed his service, then he has nothing to do. So when you say you have gone to purchase that railway ticket in a nowadays everybody does it from their house through internet, but still there are still some people who goes to the ticket counter and there is a queue in front of the reservation counter. So and the reservation clerk is serving them one by one. So mind that this output process is actually the service process. How the clerk is doing his job, because when you reach to the in front of the clerk's desk and you already have the form form filled up and you give it to the clerk, and accordingly the clerk clerk takes the correspondingly puts the values and then sees whether the EA is available, and it buys the make does his process and then you pay, and after that when you get the ticket the job is you just leave the queue, next person comes in. So output process is related to the service, input process is related to the actual in coming in. So output process,
Yes.
yes, so output process
Yes.
follows. Output process means how the person who is giving you the service is actually doing his or her work. So if I am saying that similarly here also this is M represents the output process. So output process, if I am saying process also M means output process also follows Poisson distribution. If I am talking about the number of persons going out of the system, obviously going out of the system means after completing the service. After completing the service, the system is so there is not, if you are still talking to somebody else in the system, that will not be. So your job is done, you are out of the system, your the purchasing of ticket is done, so you can leave the system and you will not be considered within the system, your job is over. So output
Yes.
process depends upon how the server, the person who is giving the service, how frequently he is able to do. So if I am saying say 30 per hour is the input constant, means we generally denote that by lambda. Lambda is the uh, uh, constant for the input process, means the number of persons coming in per unit time will be denoted by lambda, and I'm saying lambda, say I'm assuming lambda is equals to 30 per hour. That means at an average 30 persons are coming into the system, and
system. Yes.
correspondingly I will say for the output process the corresponding uh, uh, will be denoting that by mu. Correspondingly we will be denoting that by mu. So let me write somewhere else. Can you see? So mu, say if I'm saying mu,
Yes.
mu is related to the output process. So say I'm writing mu is equals to 40 per hour. So that means per hour 40 persons can be served at an average. Mind that again, it does not necessarily mean every hour there are 40 persons served. But yes, if the process is going on for 10 hours, and that means total 400 persons are served, so that means at an average 40 persons were served during those 10 hours. So like that. So mu is the uh, mu is the uh, constant for the output process, lambda is the constant for the input process, and if I'm saying for the for this particular q mm1 infinity FIFO, this m for output process also represents the if I am talking about the discrete distribution discretely number, then that follows a Poisson distribution, and similarly if I am talking about service time, so correspondingly here for output process mu for output process mu uh, mm1 infinity FIFO. So for output process uh, m, for this part output process m, we will write also that will be termed in terms of continuous variable, we will be saying that as service time. So when it is input process we will be saying inter arrival time, and for output process the similar thing will be said as service time, because we are trying to explain in terms of continuous variable. Service time, obviously service time of the server, how much time is taken by the serviceman, the person who is giving the service, to complete the job. Say if I am saying he takes say 1 minute, 1 minute to serve, so that means in an hour there will be 60 persons, so value of mu will be 60 per hour. I'll just my style as is. So again I'm writing, so m 1 infinity FIFO. So here for the output process relevant continuous variable will be relevant continuous variable will be termed as service time, and service time is also follow exponential distribution. Service time will also follow exponential distribution, and so whenever either we can say in terms of a discrete variable, or we can say in terms of continuous variable. So whenever we will be explaining this mm1 infinity FIFO, we can say the the input process follows, I can say like this, the input process follows Poisson distribution, and the service time, the average service time follows exponential distribution. I can say this way also. I can say the input process follows Poisson distribution, and the output process also follow Poisson distribution. So all of them are same, or I can say the inter-arrival time follows exponential distribution, and the service time follows exponential distribution. So M and M represents both service time, or if I am talking about the continuous variable, it will represent the exponential distribution. If I am talking about discrete variable, it will represent the Poisson distribution. Is it okay?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So can we go to the next characteristic?
Okay, sir. Okay.
So we'll go to the next characteristic. So we have completed A. So today's class we will complete A, B, C, D. Just define what are A, B, C, D, and E. So we have already completed A, B. Then next is C. C is actually C is the third characteristics, and that is the number of servers, number of service channels. C represents the number of service channels. So that means how many persons can be served at a particular point of time. So we have given example M1 infinity FIFO. So that means this for this particular queue there is a single server, only one server, and at a point of time maximum of one person can be served. Okay. Now I will ask you something. Now tell me. Now there are two types of service. There could be two types of server. One is called uh, parallel service channel, parallel channel, CHANNEL. Another one called series channel. So you have to give example where we can find parallel service channel, where we can find series service channel. I'll explain what is parallel service channel means. Parallel service channel means same service can be given in different places, different windows. So parallel service channel is a simple example is the reservation counters are all parallel. You can buy any ticket from any counter. So same kind of service is given in a parallel service channel. So the figure, the first thing that I have drawn is more or less parallel service channel. Is that so same service is given in different windows. So that's a parallel. Same at the same point of time, more than one person can be served in that case. So generally that happens uh, in case of parallel service channels. Now can you give an example of series channel? How the series channel can be defined? Or can you
Sir,
give an example? Yes.
DTH service,
What service?
DTH, sir,
Like
television, like sir, television, Cisco, uh, net connection,
no, can you just
align.
explain a little bit how it becomes a series? Yes, electrical students are there, right? So what is series in case of electrical similar? So means there are sev- actually in case of series
Actually,
what happens? Uh,
several network connections are there.
no,
Means,
not exactly not. I'll just explain. So the service will be completed after several places. So like something like that when you go to a bank. So when you go to a bank, what happens? Say you want to you want to uh, take some you want to drop some check, then you want to take out you collect some money from the account, and then you want to update your passbook. So first you go inside, so you get into the system, then you deposit the check in a deposit box. So that's a maybe there you have to wait in the queue or may not be. Then you go to the next counter for your another check you want to say get encashed. So there you have to wait in the queues because some people are already there. So after you encash your check, you go to the third counter and then you update your passbook. There also there is a queue. So after you complete and after the encashment is done, you update your passbook. So the update your passbook and then the service is completed. So there are part of the services that are provided in different counters. Then it becomes a series channel. Like like when you go to a college to take a you from a particular counter you collect the form, then you fill it up, pay some fees in another counter, and then you submit the form in another counter. So the whole process is completed after a series of activities, and then only we'll say that the job is completed. So do you understand what? But if a, it could have been done in case of bank also. In single window counter, there all the services could be provided, but generally banks do not do that. Updation, otherwise, other than updation, similar all the things can be done in case of the banks also. So I hope what I've said you have followed. Is it okay? So what is can you find the when you go to the shopping malls, they are everywhere. It is more or less all of them are parallel channels, because every counter you can pay the money and go out like that after you purchase certain things. So those are all parallel counters. But in case of banks or in case of institutions, when there are a series of services together, there are several things you need to do. Then there are series channels. But in our case, the C is tells you the number of service channel. One means at a at a same point one point of time only one person can be served, and in case of parallel, obviously there are more channels. The number of channels is more than one, obviously that. But series, several, maybe there are several fractions, several parts of the service that is being provided, but the service will be completed. One person service will be completed after it covers all the different parts of the series. Okay, so is it okay? Can you follow? Any
Sir,
questions?
Yes,
Any
sir.
questions?
sir,
Yes,
I
sir.
can.
Yes,
Sir,
yes,
Alliance Broadband is providing users to the customer.
yes,
So, Alliance Broadband is the service provider,
right,
and it is providing services to many customers:
right,
A customer, B customer, C
fine,
customer,
fine,
N customer.
fine.
So, sir, in case of multiple customer, how does it manage to provide the same connection under the same network?
Actually,
Means,
in case of it depends upon the capacity of the server, isn't it? You people are all. This is
Bandwidth.
it depends upon the capacity of the
yes, sir.
server. How strong?
Capacity.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
So because you say simultaneously we are Alliance Broadband customers, and simultaneously everybody is looking for some part of that, not the whole part. So. The say if the server has a capacity of, I don't know how much, but simultaneously it can provide corresponding a lot of customers together. So it's not here, it is not series or parallel, nothing to do with series. It depends upon the capacity. Mind that you don't
Yes,
have to wait to get the service. You just click the connection. It is connected, and yes, but when you are going to get the connection, at that point of time it's somebody else is also trying to connect. then then the
yes,
queuing part comes.
Yes, sir. Means
then
the
the,
waiting state comes.
then the waiting state comes. You
yes,
can first thing I have already said, the queue is a waiting line when you are waiting to get some service, not key when you are getting the service. Okay, so waiting to get the service, unless you are getting the service, you have to wait. So then the queuing part comes. At the point of time when the process is going on, then if the sometimes what happens in case of call drop phone, you are trying to connect to your friend. Say suppose you are trying to connect to your friend, another person also tries to calling, some client of Ankit is also trying to client to talk to friend in the same number. So same point of time not everybody can connect to him, isn't it? So there your call is waiting, the server says. So after previous call is done, then the next call can come in. So you have to wait. So there is the queuing part. Okay, so I'll take a little bit more because there are two more things are there. So D and E. Is it okay? Is it okay? Can I have whether I have tracked told you correctly? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
So fine. So next two characteristics are D and E. D is called the capacity of the system. Capacity means yes. See how how, how we were discussing about the capacity. That's what you were asking. Oh, I just forgot about that. So capacity of the system means maximum how many persons the system can serve. Okay, so capacity of the system is maximum how many person, how many customer a system can serve. Yes, as I was saying, the capacity of the server, as you are asking. So there is a limit to it. There is a limit, maximum this amount. After that, it cannot control. They cannot uh, put their broadband. They cannot distribute after say 10,000 customers. Maybe the 10,000 customers of Alliance Broadband will be having each capacity of one Mbps or something like that, or 1 Gbps, and they can use say unlimited. So that is the capacity of the system, maximum that amount. Beyond that it will not be possible. Now here the example that we have given, infinity. Infinity does not necessarily mean infinity. Infinity means, here infinity means, realistically infinity means anybody and everybody can get the service. There is no restriction who gets the service. But sometimes if some value is given, say like you have asked that how many, what is the beyond which it cannot, like in case of ticket counters, in case of reservation seats, the number of reservation seats are limited, but point is anybody and everybody can come and join in the system. So it can go on serving. Maybe for a particular point of time, for a particular train, the number of units, number of reservation seats are fixed, but for a ticket counter, it can, whoever comes, if it's not a reservation, the, the ticket can be given to the person after till a particular time. So infinity, capacity infinity means anybody and everybody. No, there is no restriction to in this system who will be served. Anybody can join in, anybody can join in to get the service. So that is the meaning of infinity over here. And D is called the capacity of the system. And finally E is the last characteristics, which is called the Q discipline. E is called the Q discipline. Q, okay, I don't have, okay, so characteristics Q, E is called the Q discipline. Q, DISCI, discipline, PLIN. So the final characteristics of a queue is called queue discipline, which is E. That means how the queue will be served. How the queue will be served. So the basic queue disciplines are LIFO, FIFO. I think all of you know these names. FIFO or FCFS is first in, first out, or first come, first serve. Most of the
Last
systems
first
are
out.
FIFO. What is LIFO?
Last in first
Lasting
out.
first.
Last in, first out, where you can find that LIFO. In case of your
Sir,
computer
plates.
science,
As
yeah,
plates.
what?
Arrangement of plates, sir.
Stack. Computer science student.
Stack, stack,
Com-
stack.
Yes.
Stack.
So
Data
stack,
stack,
right? Arrangement of plates, right? Arrangement of plates while in the catering service, right? Fine. So
Catering service.
uh, LIFO and FIFO are the queue discipline. Sometimes there are preemptive queues. You all know preemptive queues. What is preemptive? You people are already accustomed with this kind of terminology. I'm sure about that. Isn't it preemptive system? Hello. Preemptive, emptive. What is preemptive?
Yes,
Tell me. Somebody please tell me. So there are so out of so a queue has these five characteristics A, B, C, D, E, and that means we are more concerned about the input process, how the people, how the customers are coming into the system, how the customers are being served and going out of the system. So after the customers getting service, they go out of the system, and then is the number of service channel. So how many persons can be served at a point of time. So the example that we have taken is single, because that is the model that we will be learning in more elaborately. So MM1, then infinity FIFO. So the fourth characteristics is the capacity of the system, means maximum how many customers can be served. Infinity here refers to the capacity, means anybody and everybody will be able to can come and get the service to for the system. And finally the last characteristics is the queue discipline. So following what rule the queue will be served. So following what rule the queue will be served. So that is termed as queue discipline. And the examples of queue disciplines are generally FIFO, FCFS, LIFO. So here we complete. Anything you want to ask? Any questions from your end? Any
sir.
questions?
In Q discipline,
Yes.
the way or manner of approach it follows for a queue to be standardized. So uh,
What is the meaning of standardized? What you are? Please try to see. There are several terminologies that you are using. So what do you mean by standardized?
sir, standardized means the way of correct application.
No, it depends upon what kind of system we are talking. Where the system is being applied.
Sir, means in the embedded one or
Embedded system. See, I don't have
yes,
much
sir.
exposure in the embedded system. You are talking about database and actually, it depends upon how the system is being designed, so that the optimization can optimum data retrieval. If you are trying to think about that, I don't know whether you are asking from that point of view or not, but
Ye-
it, it, see, it depends. It depends upon what kind of data is stored and what is the data retrieval process. So accordingly, there are several, but in general, the queues that we are talking about, uh, mostly LIFO, FIFO, has specialized system, has uh, specialized kind of queuing theory. But actually, the characteristics are these are the five characteristics. Maybe depending upon a particular system, the particular queue discipline can be defined. No problem with that. Particular queue discipline can be defined, and some exceptions can also be generated, like what happens in case of your computer system. Right now, preemptive, emptive, certain in case of your last day I was talking about, or that whenever there is a system resources are being uh, what is called semaphore, or like when you use control or delete, the computer gets hanged because all the defined processes are trying to access the same CPU, same point at the same point of time, and the computer gets hanged. So to get that, what we do, we press Control Del, and so that you bring out the task. Then only the task manager works, and he tries to free the resources. Isn't it? Isn't that right? That what I'm saying. So
yes, sir.
that's how it has been designed. Sometimes if some glitches can, if there is some glitch, so that the process is made in such a way so that you can go out of get out of the glitch. It depends upon what kind of system you are talking about and what kind of. But in case we are talking about simple system like basic queues. So here there will be following FIFO or LIFO. Again, depending upon system, the queue discipline can be determined. Okay. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so we stop here today, and hope you understand, you followed whatever I said, and I